You were a DJ for a long time, weren't
like
you?
12 years while I was still doing the road.
That's like a classic. That's a throwback guy is the guy who
mornings.
did stand-up and morning radio. That's
If the
crazy.
gig was within 5 hours of Birmingham, I drove home after the gig to be on air the next morning. Because I didn't want to lose the job.
Yeah.
I mean, and for context, I'm 21, 22 when this starts.
Sure.
So you got the metabolism for that,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
excited, and you're fucking surviving on cherry Coke and Skittles at 3 in the
Of
morning,
course.
fighting at doze.
Yeah.
Taking truck stop speed pills.
Yeah.
The most unregulated shit. I hope RFK does clean up some of this. Because the shit I was putting in my body was not
Not good, bro.
Like the packaging was just weird. Like this is before.
We're talking late 90s?
Early 2000s, 01.
01.
01 through about 2015 is my radio era.
I love
while
it.
doing other shit. But like, this is the beginning of energy drinks and Red Bull and 5
The
hour.
bleeding edge.
Yeah.
When they were
Four
putting whatever in
Loko,
there.
when it was like make your hands tremble. Like
I remember
it was,
Four Loko. That was our college years.
It was so like that shit. And they used to have these fucking pills at these truck stops. And I don't know if it's called Stay Woke or something. But
it had Black Panther packaging. Stay woke.
Before George Floyd.
Yeah.
It was like the package was like a stick of dynamite holding a thunderbolt.
Love that, dude. Yeah.
And I would take 3 of those.
Yeah. Probably just speed in there.
And hop back in my Ford Focus and get to the station in time to do mornings. And that was the life, man. Radio was wild, though, because I go back and listen to some of the prank calls I did. And I was like, I was just fucking hungry, bro. I didn't even mean it. The shit I said to people. Because, like, the TikTokers have gotten a hold of some of my vault stuff. Like, my stuff has always been, like, so when I first started doing pranks, I gave them away for free.
Yeah.
I put them on my website.
And by the way, again, that's what I'm talking about. You have like you almost have like a vaudeville career where it was like radio, prank calls.
Remember that prank days?
Yeah, because it's like I remember we remember that era of like, you know, we're talking Jerky Boys, we're talking like every like you'd have like albums would have like prank interstitials. It was
comedy and hip hop.
Comedy and hip hop had it all. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There would be skits on every like big rap album would have like 3 pieces of sketch comedy.
Master P's Make 'Em Say opens with a prank phone call to No Limit Studios.
Right. So it was culturally very big.
Yeah, so like that made me money though, man. I sold those CDs.
That's awesome.
I would print, bro.
So that was like your merch? Was that like oh wow.
I could never think of a joke to put on a shirt.
Sure.
But I had an HP desktop 5550.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I would pack that bitch in my Focus. And I would spend all day in the hotel burning greenback CDs.
You would burn your own prank CDs?
And press. And they had the label stomper where you could stomp that bitch.
You fucking did your own labels?
I did.
So you're in a fucking Holiday Inn Express?
Just making dope all day.
You brought your fucking desktop on the road to burn CDs?
I had a Dell finally.
Okay.
I had a Dell Inspiron 8100 with a wood grain heel rest. Laptops used to have, I'm old. Laptops used to have customizable heel rests where you could pop them in and out. I'm not bullshitting.
That's awesome,
I had a wood grain
That's
fucking
incredible,
laptop.
dude. You had the wood grain.
I had a Dell Inspiron 8100 with the wood grain heel rest, and I would just fucking make CDs all day and sell them shits.
That's awesome.
And you know, it's cool that a lot of that old shit that I've forgotten about, and I stopped doing pranks in 08, 07. When I moved to LA, I stopped doing them because I didn't want to be known as the prank call guy.
Yeah.
And it was starting to.
I get that
because they were good, but it was like,
that,
nah, I want to do other shit. So I just never sold another CD. Pulled all the shit off iTunes at the time.
Right. And it's long enough. It's far enough in the past where it was before everything was automatically digitized that it's kind of easy for it to stay hidden. Whereas, you know, if you do a podcast, for example, in your mid-20s when you're saying wild shit, that's there forever.
Correct.
You know, like...
But like, people started finding the old pranks, and I got to give it up to a lot of these TikTokers that would just... Folks have just put my shit on YouTube. Once YouTube gained traction over the years, And then TikTokers would take this shit off YouTube and then pull that up, and then they put on. I'll never do another prank call. I don't even retweet. Well, I don't even think people know it's me. Half the time. Which to me is still kind of cool.
That's even cooler. It's
You're
like
just laughing at some shit, and I'm just going, yeah, I was a crazy
that was me,
motherfucker.
bitch. Yeah. No, believe me, I wish that would happen with Cumtown. I wish people would be like, oh, that fat guy that's laughing. I wonder who that is. Actually, my laugh would instantly give me away no matter what.
But I think we're at a point societally with comedy where, in terms of the retroactive cancel, that we're in a different place where you can understand comedy matches the times of what. And I know this because I have a degree in journalism and I flunked mass media law 3 times.
You flunked it 3 times. So
I figured 3 times.
The third time's the charm.
What is decent or indecent is decided by the listening public at large within the region of the material being broadcast.
Oh, interesting.
So the same way some radio station could play a fart sound.
Right.
Like if it's Bubba the Love Sponge or classic Opie and Anthony. Like you took half the shit Opie and Anthony did on the East Coast. And that was terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
They never got a complaint for real. They never got taken off the air, right?
Yeah.
If you take any O&A segment and you drop that in Tupelo, Mississippi, on a gospel station.
Right.
They're going to catch a strike. That station would catch a strike from the FCC, 100K fine. So most of what we were doing at the time just fell in line with, I want to use some racial slurs to yell at you to get you to cuss me out. And it's going to be funny.
Sounds great.
But it's just the idea of anger.
Totally.
If I can trigger you into being angry at me, yuck, yuck, yuck. That's all Jackass was.
For sure.
Jackass was just triggering people into being... I'm trying to elicit a reaction.
They would have
whatever I can say to get that is fair game.
Eric Andre's pranks. He does a lot
but
of
at the end of it, and I don't think Eric shows all of that within his show, but at the end of all of these pranks, you go to the person and go, hey, it's cool? Cool. Every prank that I've done, at the end, the person's laughing. It's like there's a...
Well, no, it's also...
There was a degree of reverence in what we did, but it's just not something I ever wanted to go back and do over and over again.
Of course. And also, I think there's the thing of, like, it's not only just the time period, but it's also, like, the time in someone's life. Like, prank calls is a young man's game. You know what I mean? Like, saying the wildest shit you can think of on a podcast is a young man's game. Like, and that's... I think every generation goes through that. Everyone loves prank calls. Everyone, when they're fucking 13, calls someone and says, can I have a... pussy burger, you know what I mean? Like you call like the carry out and you're like, I want some jizz fries. And then you fucking I'm not saying that's what you did, but I'm just saying like it's a natural thing.
No, but it's the same.
Yeah.
I called a hotel once. So what I learned from being on the road is that I learned how to call directly to hotel rooms without circumvent the front desk. Not even need to know the person's name on the room. So I get back to the radio station and I would call a hotel room. And just, I would act like I'm fucking. And then call the room, pretending that I'm next door. And asking them if they'd slide a condom under the door. You ain't got no rubbers over there, dude.
Yeah.
Put a rubber.
I'm in 302.
That's... I can't do that at 46.
No.